You know, Michael Thomas is actually a deep threat. He really is. I promise. But
I've said he has a deep
yeah,
gift. I've said it. He got a sneaky gift.
You can't knock a man. You can't knock a man for living in his environment, bro. That's the team that got him. Breeze don't go deep, so he do what he can, and that's actually good. People try to knock the man all the time.
Confidence when you just talking out your you know what, and then when you can actually get out there and prove it. So it's almost like it's
the receivers right now, like
on top 3, on top, number 1 without a doubt. You can put out DeAndre, you can put DeAndre Hopkins out there all you want. And Hopkins got out there, and I was supposed to make a video about that, man. I was so busy at the time that Hopkins came out shortly thereafter. He had the beef with Devontae Parker from Miami.
I remember that.
Hopkins came out not too long and said that he considered himself. I was supposed to do a video, and I was just so busy at the time, it totally slipped past me. But even if you compare Mike Thomas's numbers to DeAndre Hopkins' numbers, just the first 3 years, because you can't do no more than that. But just the 3 years, he's really, he ain't blowing away Hopkins, but he's there. Julio Jones is great. Jones is there in the conversation, but Julio Jones is not a guy that's consistent. He's hurt all the time. You see what I'm saying? Michael Thomas is there, man, and Hopkins is special. Don't get me wrong, he ain't no slouch, and he's up there. But Michael Thomas is doing stuff that wide receivers didn't do in NFL history, man.
Michael Thomas scored the most receivers per game out of any receiver. I looked up the stat myself. I looked up all the receivers. I divided. I did it myself. I divided how many years they've been in the league by how many touchdowns they scored through their whole career. How many years they've been in the league? Michael Thomas scored 8 touchdowns a year. Julio Jones scored 6.33. I did that myself. And if you just look at the numbers, Michael Thomas is beasting all of these receivers. He's better than Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins had Matt Schaub. Matt Schaub was not a snob. Was not chip off the block. And Watson is not bad either. So he had 2 good quarterbacks too, and he did nothing with them.
All of them. And they just go to show you when you're the greatest of the great, that's rarefied air. So Hopkins is definitely up there. Julio Jones is underneath those guys. But in my opinion, Mike Thomas doesn't miss games. Regardless if he has Drew or not, people like to say because he had Drew Brees. Imagine if Hopkins had Drew Brees, what the stats would have looked like. It'd have looked the same damn way. He is what he is. He didn't chose where he got drafted. Shit, the Texans had an opportunity. The Texans had an opportunity to take Michael Thomas. They passed him up, just like several other dumbass teams did. You go where you go and you have success where you go. I don't care who it is or who throwing you the ball. If you're great, you're supposed to be great in no matter what environment you in. Don't make excuses for
saying that he got Brees, man.
That don't make a damn difference.
Yeah, that's where he was born.
That don't make a difference.
Oh, that's your mama, that's your dad.
Right, that's where I'm coming from. Right, listen. A lot of us come from really impoverished, bad areas, drug dealing, gunning, killing, all that. But were you a product of the environment? If you're strong and you come from that environment, you know that you can break out the gravity of that environment to go to astronomical heights, regardless of who you is. Some of the guys is playing in the NFL and all across, whether you're academic or you're an athletic person, regardless of not. Greatness is great. You don't get caught or trapped by the gravity of whatever environment you come from. You break free, you break through it, and you go beyond it, and you reach those depths. But for them to say Mike Thomas is not better than DeAndre Hopkins, when he named me one season, Hopkins took down Marvin Harrison's record. Do you not understand how tough a feat that was to take down Marvin Harrison's, his single season record? Julio Jones and all these guys had years when they couldn't even get that. You could so they got to miss me with the nonsense about Hopkins is better than Mike Thomas. If Hopkins was so elite at his position and he's very good, then why didn't he take down the elite records of the wide receivers like this guy's doing? So cut it out. Right. Because his quarterback was hurt, but he wasn't hurt. I mean, if the quarterback get hurt, they put another quarterback in. That don't make no difference. He's the number one option of that offense. Mm-hmm. That didn't change. You might change quarterbacks, but he's still the top option of the Texas team when he was playing. Now he's going to Arizona now, where he more than likely turned into the number one option out there. So there is no excuses. That man was a number one option of his team the same way Julio Jones is. And if you had a quarterback that got hurt, they put another one in there. Now, you might have switched quarterbacks, but the guy didn't lose his status as the number one option for that offense. And besides, like I said, how I hit him with, when I hear talk about Mike Thomas not better than DeAndre Hopkins, what I hit him with is, if Hopkins was so elite and such a badass wide receiver, then why didn't he take down Marvin Harrison's single season reception record? Why didn't you break it if you better than Mike Thomas? Well, that's something else cute. You, man, come on. If you elite, you should have took down. That is one of the most elite records that a wide receiver can do, is to break the single season catch record.
Nobody did it but Michael Thomas.
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
So that tells me right there who the number one Q. You ask me, Michael Thomas on point, no doubt about it. He don't miss games. He catching these passes. Then you add in the fact that he catching these passes and he double and triple freaking teamed. Miss me with that, Hopkins. And traffic, Hopkins getting deep balls most of his passes. He making tough catches, but most of those are out route passes because the guy's throwing it and slinging it deep. Thomas, what is he catching most of these passes within what? How far? Within 20 yards of the quarterback? Most of them in traffic and curl routes and slants and all this kind of stuff. Double and triple team. Oh no, please, Michael Thomas, please. Number one wide receiver in the NFL, Michael Thomas, please. Michael Thomas, please. Hopkins, talk to me when you break Marvin Harrison's record. Michael Thomas's record. Talk to me when you break his record. Talk to me and tell me about how elite your ass is when you take his record down, partner. But after that, don't talk to me about no number one wide receiver. It's Mike Thomas off top. Bottom line.
And he was the fastest to reach them benchmarks too.
What up, founder? This is Big Q. Telling you about the Pro Shop, letting you know that we have over 35 different designs on tees, sweaters, coffee mugs, smartphone cover cases, Apple and Android, pillows, wall art, bath and bedding, tank tops, all kind of products are available at the Pro Shop. So show your support at the Pro Shop. The links are in the description section below. With the promo code Stay Strong, you get 10% off at the final purchase. That's right, 10% off on your final purchase. So go to the Pro Shop. The link's in the description section below. Who dat?
Perfect.